Manchester United and Victor Osimhen is a story that keeps brewing. There is no smoke without fire. Numerous reports coming out to say that Manchester United and Victor Osimhen have already agreed personal terms. Do we believe in that story, or is another spin for the gallery? Manchester United are looking at multiple targets in the summer window, including Matheus Cunha and every single Tom, Dick, and Harry. But also another interesting story that I want to talk to you about today is, of course, that Conte wants Garnacho. Could it be a case for Manchester United to utilize that move for Garnacho versus Victor Osimhen? We're going to talk about a lot of things here, so please do not forget to like and subscribe. And still, happy Easter to all of you that's still celebrating. Like and subscribe. So welcome back to the channel. I haven't been live for a very long time. I am currently in Sweden, where I've been traveling. I think it was 24 hours to be with my family, to celebrate the, Easter. Be with family is so important. But of course, Manchester United is my second family. And I must admit, I missed the Wolves game because I was in the middle of an Easter dinner. But I caught glimpses of it. And I was thinking to myself, this game was already a dead rubber game anyway, because Ruben Amorim mentioned in his press conference that he's going to rest a lot of players. He's going to focus on giving youth a chance, and he's going to put everything into the Europa League semi-final, which for me was clear and obvious. Like, you didn't go to the VAR room to check, after the game and said this is disgraceful, because you already knew that he put out the reserve team. If you look at the Wolves game in isolation, I looked it back. It was one player that kind of got the stick, and that was Rasmus Højlund, for his insecurity, for not able to finish off, for not even being able to do that tap in, the beautiful square tap in from Hariyamas. So is the judge and jury out? What should we do with the broken Rasmus? I think that Rasmus Højlund, there is a striker in him, but I think that his confidence, it's out of the window. And only scoring 3 goals in the Premier League, I think that's starting to notice within the hierarchy of Manchester United. It's clear and obvious if we look at what the team needs, and I said it before, if we would have lost the quarterfinal against Lyon, the media would be all nice out on Eric tonight, not Eric tonight, but on Ruben Amorim. But if we would have won, I said that the media will spin stories on who we are linked to, and it's going to amplify it. Of course, we're 6 weeks out left to the transfer window, and nobody really know what's going on. Manchester United and Ineos, they keep the cards close to the chest. But one story that doesn't want to go away, and it comes out from Turkish media, is that Manchester United and Victor Osimhen have already agreed personal terms. Well, there's not even one, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, but nothing really coming out from Ornstein or, the credible Fabrizio Romano. We knew that he had a salary demand on 350k a week, but apparently that has been reduced, potentially demanding 12 million a year, which is about 300 million. For me, I would go all in for that deal, because as far as we can go in and sort of talk about recruiting the next kind of Osimhen, the L platers, the P platers. This is an area that Manchester United cannot afford not to miss. I will go and do the deal. And the way we could do the deal is by Conte also now coming up with a report saying that he wanted Alejandro Garnacho in the January window, but Manchester United panicked and say, listen, we loan out Rashford, we loan Anthony. We were ready to do the deal, but then we were left thin, and glad we didn't. But now there's reports coming out from Napoli's side that they will go all in for Alejandro Garnacho this summer. So that means that Manchester United are in the driving seat. That means the kid sort of look at Garnacho saying, well, you look pretty wasteful in the number 10 position. Should we do that deal? And then in return, we get Victor Osimhen. So we give them 60 million for Victor Osimhen. So like for likes, Man United don't pay anything. Well, that is a potential. But then we kind of left a little bit short on the left-hand side. And if Marcus Rashford is going, which obviously he's going, but there's Matheus Cunha, which you can spend money for. And Man United was reporting going for 2 striker. Liam Delap seems to be more than Chelsea bound, but I am personally, as a Man United fan, we cannot go on this learning on the job in the striker position. And there's 2 positions that I keep saying is important for the way you do not concede goals and the way you actually scoring goals. Man United are looking like we can't score goals. We are like, we can't even polish a third in the final third, if you know what I mean. So this is where we're lacking. And if the story is correct, I go all in for that. And another one, which is 70 million from the Bournemouth brilliant midfielder as well, Semedo. Yeah, I would do that. But where is the money coming from at the end of the day? 70 million. Well, if you look at it, the way Manchester United, it's not 70 million on the book. It's not 60 million for Osimhen. This will be then divided in 5 installments. So Man United will not spend more than 50, 60 on that year. Like, so there's definitely money that could be made. But if the deal is already done according to the Turkish report, I'm saying that personal terms is agreed with Victor Osimhen. That means that it could be very easy for Man United to do the deal early, like as soon as the window opens. They just need to go to Napoli, negotiate. We know that it's a 60 million release clause. Can we offer them 65? Instead of giving 60 million upfront, can we offer them what we've done in the past? We offer them a little bit more so we can actually do the terms in ours, like 5 installments. Or could we also use Alejandro Garnacho as a bargain chip? You take Alejandro Garnacho 60 million, we take Victor Osimhen 60, and there we go. Let me know in your thoughts and feelings what you think regarding that one as well. I think that Tyler Diblin is another one from Southampton that we are kind of interesting. There's also links in the midfield that we are looking at. Bellingham, not Jude Bellingham, but his brother Joe Bellingham as well coming in as well. So that is one to watch. I think that we don't really know what's going on in the transfer window, but clear and obvious, we know that we need a striker. In terms of utilizing, Harry Amas as a left wing back, we've seen that he's been given chances. I'm a big advocate for Harry Amas. That means that we can actually utilize Patrick Dorgo on the right. I know some people are thinking that Patrick Dorgo is not really lived up to your expectations, but if you actually look at Ruben Amorim's system, Ruben Amorim likes to use a left footer on the right-hand side, similar to what he did with Quenda in Sporting Lisbon. So it's a positive headache, You look at Diego Leon coming up, coming to Manchester United this summer. You have young Harry Amas. You have also Fredrickson, this centre back. You have potential midfielders in Seko Kone. You also have the likes of the Fletcher twins, Morehouse. So there might be a scenario where Manchester United actually don't go spend much in the summer window in the midfield. But for me, a striker is where Manchester United need to splash all the cash. Now, if you look at the stories regarding Victor Gyökeres, there's nothing really concrete to say that he is favored to go to Arsenal. There's a lot of clubs interested, Man United, Chelsea. There is also Arsenal. But if you look at the financial situation of Arsenal, I don't think they could do the deal. Arsenal is also interested in the long-time links of Benjamin Sesko. And looks like, Chelsea is going for Liam Delap, because there was reports saying that Man United could do that Liam Delap deal for 30 million. And Arsenal, they like to hoover up the youngsters. They're more likely to go for Liam Delap other than Victor Osimhen or Victor Gyökeres. So it's going to be a very, very interesting striker window, because if you look at the European striker market, it is kind of a little bit of a drought. We've been linked to even Duhan Vlahovic from Juventus. I don't really rate him at the end of the day, but what I do rate is 2 strikers only that could do a job for Manchester United. One is Victor Gyökeres, who already know Ruben Amorim, and if Man United goes in for him to pay that 62 million release clause, I think he will choose Manchester United no matter what, because the connection with Ruben Amorim over Arsenal, Chelsea, or Man City, or Liverpool. But if it comes down to Victor Osimhen, I'm really worried that Victor Osimhen doesn't really like football that much. He's in love with the money. I think if Saudi Arabia comes in with a bid and offer him like crazy money, 350, 400, I think he will jump to go to the Saudi league to earn the money. But there's some reports saying that he only wants to go to play in the Premier League. So if he's agreed personal terms according to the Turkish report, yeah, well, then it's only for Manchester United to speak to Napoli and do the deal. Let me know what you think. Do you think that we need to go on the market to get a more dynamic midfield? Or are we good looking at the academy? The next couple, 4 or 5 games in the Premier League, plus the Malaysian and the Hong Kong tour, I hope to see that Ruben Amorim gives more the academy players a little more game time, so we can actually assess them before we open up the transfer window. That is kind of a blueprint that that, oh, this player is good enough. Perhaps we don't need to get a midfielder here and there, But of course, we need to replace Christian Eriksen. I would say that, no matter what, if you look at, Casemiro's wage bill, Casemiro is an experience. He's proven his value, and particularly in the semi-final when he stepped up to the plate and actually single-handedly was the man of the match with the 5-4 victory. We need an experience, even if he's costing, like, he can come off the bench. He can be a role model for the midfielders that we have at the academy: Toby Collier, Seko Kone, the Morehouses, the Fletchers and all them jazz, yeah, Dango Jr., etc. So we have abundance of talent coming through. So for me, Casemiro is vital if he stays, but we know we're going to lose Christian Eriksen at the end of the day, so we need to sort of replace for one more senior replacement. Could it be a Ryan Cherky for 25 million? Potentially. But it's going to be a very, very lucrative and interesting summer window, which is, by the way, open up in 6 weeks. So on this main story today is what everyone is reporting. Osimhen seems to agree personal term, according to the Turkish media. Would you believe it? There is no smoke without fire. We know the Manchester United, Christopher Vivell, and also Wilcox are prioritizing a striker this summer. What's going to happen with Rasmus Højlund? Will Manchester United sell him? Well, if they receive 40 million, apparently they're open to sell him. But would you sell Rasmus Højlund on a loan and then utilize, as a number 2 striker, Chido Obi Martin? That is more plausible, because I think there is a striker in Rasmus Højlund, but I think that he needs to go out and play for less pressure. So if Manchester United could do a loan deal for 1 season, bring in Osimhen or Gyökeres, and let Rasmus Højlund cook in Serie A or something to develop his confidence and bring him back, then we are good. Then we have a very good first striker, second striker Højlund, and a third striker in Obi Martin. Guys, let me know in the non-live comment section what you think. This has been Mick Ruby from Mufc RealistTV, having my say and hopefully making sense of what's going to happen on the transfer day when it's open. Guys, see you later on tonight. I'll be live with Jarvis Cocker. We'll be Mick and Jarvis back tonight in Jarvis's Corner. Guys, don't forget to like, to subscribe, and we should see you to the next one. Glory, glory, Manchester United. I'm out of here. Peace. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc RealistTV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials. Get me Osimhen, please. Get me Osimhen right here, right now.